Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone's having a great morning and a great trading session so far. I haven't taken any trades or anything yet. I have just been monitoring my data lag. Shout out to one of the coders slash developers at Trade Devils, because the wee hours of last night, he gave me, good morning, Amelia. How are you this morning? He gave me a new version of the indicator to try out today. So that is what we're doing. So far, so good. It loads very quickly. I had no data lag. So he might have fixed it. He might have fixed my problem. He might have fixed my problem. We'll see. But so far, so good. And I'm so happy. So I sent him all my files, told him what size Renkos I use, all these other things. And he was like, I even sent him the version of Renkos that I use. He was like, I can definitely see what you mean when you say that it loads very slowly on Renkos. He's like, I can see that. Now let's fix. Actually, I think he fixed something else first. And then he was like, okay, let's fix that. Oh, that's what it was. Because I told him about the volume profile and how, like, hey, the value area high and low is outside of the current session's, like, data. And he was like, oh, that's by design. What? And so first he put like an option to change the start time and end time, which I don't know why that wasn't a thing anyway, but yeah, so that was the first thing he did, and then he actually ended up fixing the lag shortly after that. And so far, so good. Not gonna count my chickens before they hatch, but I think we're good to go. So we'll see. We'll see, but I feel pretty good about it. Pretty good, pretty good. I know, I'm so excited. So I told him I was going to try it out today and let him know and go from there. As far as news for the day, we have 9 o'clock medium impact news, and that looks to be it. Ooh. Nope. So, yeah, I'm just super excited. I am. All right, that's going correctly. So we will see what happens, you guys, but I think we'll be good to go. I think. I'm so slow. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, I'm not slow. I thought I was for a second. I thought I wrote the wrong thing, but I didn't. It's not letting it open. Literally, I put everything on at 8:30 this morning, like right at 8:30 if I'm not mistaken. And the other cool thing was I already had everything loaded on. I already had it on my chart because I wanted to see, like, okay, can I just have this on my chart? Not have to load it late kind of thing. Like, that's annoying as well. I'm not gonna lie. Very annoying to have to do in the morning. So yeah, no lag whatsoever. So we'll see if we can keep that going. for sure. But I'm very excited. Very, very excited. What's wrong? Okay, that's correct. Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? Good morning. Oh man. Good morning, Applejacks. How are you this morning? We missed you too. You got in at 2 a.m. Oh. Oh yeah, we went to the Cardinals game last night. That was really fun. My cousin works for the Cardinals, so they had like I guess you said like a family night where she ended up getting like so many free tickets or whatever. Ah, shoot, I forgot to do this. So we went to that last night. We had a ball. Okay, well, first of all, my family's gonna have a ball anyway, but I haven't gone to see the Cardinals since they actually got the new stadium. So that was my first time in a very, very, very long time. And it actually was a really good game. So I got to see my babies and we got to have us a good time. 26. One of the players ended up getting thrown out. He ended up throwing his bat. I think he got called out. At the time I was talking to my mom, I think, but I think he got called out and it probably was a bad call. And so then he ends up like getting in the ref's face. I don't know what the ref said to him, but he like was about to swing. So they had to like grab him. He ends up like on his way to the dugout, like throwing his back backwards, gets in the dugout, throws a bucket of ice on the field. So what in the ghetto? But no, it was actually a good game. I think it was at the top of the going into the fifth inning, we were down 4-1. And then the Cardinals ended up scoring 5 runs that inning. So it ended up 6-4. And then I think when we left, it was 6-5. We left at the bottom of the seventh inning. And then I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then they both ended up, I think, scoring a run in the ninth inning. So we ended up winning 7-6. It was a good game though. Yes, baby, on family night. He didn't give a damn. He didn't give a damn. But it was fun though. And the tickets were really great seats. Like I was honestly expecting us to be all the way up in the nosebleeds, but we were right about halfway between third base and home plate. It, we were in like row let's see, no, 16 to 20, I think, is the rows that we had. So it was nice. I said, girl, when is the next family night? Because these are some great tickets. I thought my nose was going to be bleeding. We were going to be so high. It was some great, great tickets. Let's see, 2K. Good morning, New. How are you this morning? She listened for the fourth time this year. How was it? How was the ceremony, Applejacks? I'm freezing this morning. Oh, freezing. Something. Oh no, that's ah. Don't need the. Oh, now the only thing that's wrong with this version of this indicator, he's gonna have to fix the volume profile. But aside from that, everything else works great. And the reason he has to fix it is because, first of all, it should be showing on the right and it's not. And then also, something's wrong with the, like, all right, I'll show you. I don't even think I have an example of how it was before, but this is what the profile looks like right now. It's not supposed to look like this. See this? It's not supposed to look like that. You can control how far out into the chart it comes, and I have it on like 10% or something, which it's not supposed to look like that. At least the previous version did not look like that. So I think that's something that he has to fix. I don't know what he did, but yeah, it's supposed to be on the right and it's supposed to like barely come out like it was before. But I have my the Ninja order flow indicator on the chart for the point of control to show, so I can make sure that the point of control is actually the point of control, because the point of control this entire time has been incorrect, because it was just like the value area high and low was calculating the profile of all 3 days on my chart instead of just the current session. So I just have both just to make sure the point of control is correct. But aside from those little nuances, I think we're good. It was great. You traded the Russell this morning? It was intense. Coming and Jay over there. Oh, nice. Russell is the only thing that looked good after the open. I don't recognize myself anymore. You can never touch Russell and Friends. You switched up the strat? No. No, but I am still kind of confused on if I want to keep bid ask or go back to up down tick. So until I figure that out, it's probably going to be, my P&L is going to kind of be all over the place a little bit because there are such differences. But like yesterday I was green. I should have been break even actually, but the two trades that I took yesterday was a win and a loss, but on the followers it was two wins instead. I'm not gonna ask the questions. And then whatever last day, I think that was Thursday that I traded. I ended up green as well, but I just think that I really think long term I'm gonna like up down take better, but we'll see. I don't know. Hello. What the hell? But no, no switching of the strat though. Like the trade I just took that I lost, it's set up 3 other times this way so far, and they all three were wins. So what can you do, you know? 690. Getting a smoothie bowl later. Oh yeah, you guys. Applejacks and Amelia saw the pictures from that I posted in the, well, I showed Amelia first yesterday, but of that explosion that happened 2.5 miles away from my house yesterday. Literally insane. They said like over 100 first responders were on the scene. Um, that was like the craziest situation ever. Oh, that's the value area. Crazy as hell. Like legit. I First of all, when I found out, so this is how I found out what happened. So my grandma's brothers, no, my grandma's sister-in-law, she called to see if we were okay. This was like right after I got off the stream, or I think they were talking before I got off the stream. And so she called to make sure we were okay or whatever. And she when I got off the stream, one of her brothers called me and was like, "Hey, is your grandma okay?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm thinking to myself, she lied to me. She really did fall. She told somebody that she fell, but she lied to me. But he was like, "Okay, because there was an explosion that happened near your house." I'm like, "What? Explosion?" And he was like, "Yeah," I said, and I still didn't even put two and two together. So I'm like super confused, like, what is he talking about? And then I realized, oh shit, that big boom that I felt underneath my feet and heard so close to me that I thought she fell out of bed. That was an explosion that happened almost 3 miles away from my house. Insane. So she thought a car hit the house. I thought she fell out of bed. And she's like, well, maybe something fell out of my closet. Maybe a tree. I'm thinking a tree branch fell on the house. I'm like, Mama was just talking about cutting that tree down. um, but yeah, that's when we found out that there was an explosion. So obviously, I log on to Facebook and that's all people are talking about. Like, what the hell just blew up over by the Walmart, da 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 da. And so then the like we have certain pages on Facebook that we can follow. Like these people be at scenes of crimes and stuff like that. And they were showing the videos. Insane, y'all. Insane. Yes, it was near me. And I even went back to the stream from yesterday because I was like, I wonder if you can hear it on the stream. Yeah, if you turn it all the way up, you can actually hear the boom. Yeah. It's like, what the hell? You even see my camera shake a little bit, and then you just hear a big boom. Yep. Did they force y'all to evacuate? No, because it was 3 miles away from my, like 2.5 miles away from my house. So we didn't have to evacuate, no. No, Janelle wasn't here. Like legit Janelle. If you go back to yesterday's stream, it's when the time clock says 9:12. You will literally, and if you turn up the volume to max, you're gonna see my camera shake and you're gonna hear a big boom. And then you just gonna see me dart out of here and say, Granny, are you okay? That's what you gonna hear in the background. Like I just stopped mid-sentence and just boom was out of here. Like I had to make sure she was all right. Um, but yeah, it was crazy. I'll show you guys. Let's see. But it was so bad that it caused 5 other houses to catch fire. So no fatalities so far. However, they did say there was a boy that was in the house that blew up, and 85% of his body is burned. I think a family of 5 maybe lived in the house, if I'm not mistaken, but he was the only one home. So it caused 5 other houses to catch on fire. I think at least 3 of the 5, if I'm not mistaken, completely are gone. Like nothing's there. Okay. Um, there's a video of somebody who their Ring camera, they live in the back, like they share, the backyards are connected basically by a fence. And you just see a blast happen and literally the garage door just breaks off, basically like just crumbles almost. They said that a house right across the street from it, the roof caved in. A lady 5 miles, not 5 miles, 5 houses down. She said she was sitting there, she heard and felt the boom, and all of her lamps busted and all her pictures fell off the wall and broke. There was a guy who lives like behind the house and like maybe a house or two to the right. And he showed the inside of his house, y'all. All the ceilings pretty much caved in to where like all the, what is that, fiberglass, whatever, the pink stuff, all everywhere. His grandma thankfully was in the shower at the time because her room, like all the stuff that fell down, she would have like gotten hit by all of that. But because she was on oxygen, they had to take her to the hospital. Um, and then his sister, if I'm not mistaken, was in her bedroom and all the windows blew out, so her face was cut up really bad. But the majority of the houses like in that vicinity, windows, all the windows are blown out, like gone. Um, yeah, it's crazy. Yes, we do have a basement. Yeah, they were like, "Is Granny okay?" But yeah, yeah, we do have a basement. Most of our houses here, especially in the county, have basements. Yeah, they do. I got a couple more seconds before, let's see. I'm gonna show you guys. It's not what I'm looking for. Hold on. I want to show you all this. Um, mm, mm. So this was like right after it, well, as it was still happening. So if I'm not mistaken, like right in that pile that was just right there, that was the house that blew up, and this is a house that's next to it. And then that was a house that was next to it. Severe crack cells nearby explosions caused by. Yeah, my mom is supposed to get an inspection for that if I'm not mistaken. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? Um, yeah, she's supposed to get an inspection for that just in case. Because that was insane. But yeah, and then let's see. Oh wait, wrong thing. Um, so this was the room where the guy's grandma would have been in if she wasn't in the shower. This guy actually went live to show us. Now his house, like I said, is like behind it and a couple doors down to the right. And most of his rooms look like this. Even the kitchen, like when he went in the kitchen, all the cabinets were blasted open, windows gone. Trying to see if, yeah, so this kind of was the aftermath. There was an aerial view as well, though. Okay, wait, it wasn't him then. But it was just freaking insane. Here we go. So this was kind of like as they were still trying to put everything out. But like I said, I think there was like over 100 first responders that were there. But this was the lot where the actual explosion happened. I'm so, even though that baby is badly burned. I'm glad that, he's still alive. They did say he's in critical condition, obviously, because the burns are so extensive, but I hope he makes it and he, is okay and everything. But yeah, insurance companies always trip about it. Yeah. Where the pic go? I thought I showed it. You saw Renko's that whole time? What the hell? And they oh, look at my baby. Oh, no other babies. Oh, it showed at the very bottom. Oh, sorry. Doo, 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 doo. Can you still just see? Oh, you know what? It's because I can't. Ah, okay, sorry. Sorry. It's because my thing is on the wrong monitor. Ah, there we go. Sorry. This is what it looks like. This was the aerial view right here. A little crazy. A little crazy. So this was the lot that everything happened on. And then, if I'm not mistaken, this is a different house and this is a different house. I think right here is where it actually happened, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, very, very crazy situation. Very much so. Oh, I think so. That means y'all didn't see the video, rather. Sorry, hold on. Here's the video. So this is while the fire was still happening. So this was a house next door. Because I don't think this is the house that it happened at. I think the house that it happened at was here. And then that was one of the houses that caught fire next door. This was one of the houses that caught fire next door. But yeah, 5 houses caught on fire from it. Yeah. Very crazy. Very, very crazy. Oh yeah, y'all. I'm about to start trading again in a second. Uh You're an idiot. What was I about to tell y'all? I forgot that fast. Oh, I was gonna tell y'all about this comment that was left on my video from Friday when I was going crazy because of the stupid lag problem. I showed it to Amelia. So the person commented and said, I've heard a lot of complaints and hiccups. Rather than explaining what order flow can help in trading, you better fix yourself before presenting to others to watch you. Oh no. I left that person a very nice, nasty comment because what the fuck are you talking about? I have dealt with these lag issues for a month straight with an indicator I paid $400 for. I'm sorry. You deal with those issues for a month straight and let me see just how calm you are about the shit after spending $400 on an indicator. Okay? And after getting no help from support for a month straight. My very first message was July 23rd asking for help. It was August 22nd when I made when I streamed on Friday and was still having issues. And don't tell me what to do. So I commented back and I was like, what? LOL. Of course, I'm going to complain about something that's been a persistent technical issue that's out of my control. This has been an issue for a month. You pay $400 for an indicator that causes these issues for an entire month, get no help from support, and somehow not complain. Get a grip. I better fix myself. Just don't watch me. Not, no one is everyone's cup of tea, and if I'm not your cup of tea, that is okay with me. I am who I am, and I'm not going to present myself in a fake manner to please anyone. How exactly am I supposed to explain what order flow can help in trading when you can't see anything because of data lag? Like, go to hell. Amelia was like, I don't know how you do it. Because the nerve of people to talk about shit they have no idea what's going on. Like, go to hell, man. I don't got time for this. At all, actually. At all. Leave me alone. Smith Labs and GA does some damage. Yeah, they claim it wasn't a gas leak. However, people in the area said that they had started reporting gas leaks at like midnight. And this one guy said that because of wherever they like, there's some kind of plant or something near there. And he was like, we always have kind of weird smells around here. He was like, but the gas smell was like super intense this morning. And somebody else that lives around that neighborhood said that they smelled gas that morning as well. So I don't know. I don't know. But, they always initially say that it's not their fault. The gas company does always initially say that. But it's just a matter of time before they say what actually happened. Before. But yeah, who are they? The audacity. I'm telling you, how are you supposed to trade with a lag? Period. Exactly. Like it just annoys me because people say that they want authenticity, but I guess the authenticity has to look how they want it to look. I'm sorry, but I am a person who sometimes is going to rage. I'm going to curse because I curse, and I'm not going to. I mean, I actually curse less on here than I do in real life. I've been cursing for so long. Like legit, I've been cursing since I was 2 years old. Half the time, I don't even realize I am. Like, I have to really concentrate to like not curse. Okay. Um, but this is a space where I'm going to be myself. Like I don't know what people want from me. But what you're not gonna do is tell me that I should not be complaining about something that's been a persistent issue for an entire month. You can go to hell. Find somebody else to watch. I don't give a shit. That's stupid. That's very stupid. The city doesn't want to be at fault. Yeah. They're gonna find out though for sure. What the heck? What's these blue lines? I've never seen these blue lines before, so I haven't a clue what they are. What the heck is that? It's not over there, so that means it has to be part. Oh, that's part of the volume profile. Insane. Okay. I just can't see that the point of control is further because yeah, that's the volume profile then. Don't be cursing around Granny either. I try not to. Like I said, I like really have to really stop myself and process what I'm about to say before I say it to make sure I don't curse around her. Yeah, I don't really curse around her like that. And I try not to curse around kids too, actually. But I'm telling you, I have to really, really, really concentrate on what I'm saying. Cursing into it. Yeah, I'm telling you, listen, my mom like was one of those moms who documented everything when we were growing up, more specifically me, because my sister like she was premature. She spent like this a certain, I think maybe her first 6 weeks or something, in the NICU, and then probably just with her having two kids at that point, it was just a lot to try to document all the crazy things that we've said and done over the years. But yeah, baby, she wrote, like, for a certain period of time, she wrote down every single time I cursed. Like, she wrote how one time uh the mister, my sister's daddy, was playing cards with me, and he was like cheating, but he was like playing around cheating, and I caught him cheating, and I said, "Stop, you little fucker." I just used to say all kinds of things. But the lady who used to watch me, who lived next door, she cursed a lot, and I just so happened to pick up the dialect. Yes, Amelia, that's exactly what the baby book said. She wrote the first curse word. I said something about it was something that had to do with McDonald's curse them. And the thing was, I didn't just say like hell and damn. I was saying like, I think the only thing I didn't say as a kid was bitch, but I said fuck, fucker, motherfucker, hell, damn, shit. I think bitch was the only thing I didn't say. And I think that's because the lady didn't really use that word much. And see you, Applejacks. Have a great rest of your day. I'm right behind you on the nap, though. Okay, let's see if we can get another trade in. Too close to support. So unless we push up a little bit more before we come down, I am going to just look for the pullback, really. Good morning, Pred. How are you this morning? Yeah, I was a mess. I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was a good kid, but my mouth was pretty bad. But I wasn't like a disrespectful kid. My mouth was just bad because I cursed. But aside from that, I was a good kid. Oh, I forgot. I need to send my mom this money. Still too close. Hold on. Something else I'm gonna be trying possibly is right now, like, okay, if I get into the sale, this is the value area high. So I want to actually try to hold the trade through the value area high, since that's a level of resistance and I'm selling. But I think that I might switch that and just, like, if I'm close to a level, just go ahead and either break even, or more than likely I'll just set my take profit there, especially if I can get like, 2 to 4 points out of it. That's probably what I'll end up doing. I'm not all the way sure yet. I'm still like toying with certain stuff. And then, so this is another problem. Thankfully, in my analysis sheet, I documented certain things like this. But one of the other issues that I'm having is that, like, there are, this entire time I've been documenting, if price is reacting off the value area high or low, or the point of control. However, remember, those levels have been incorrect this whole time. So basically my data set is kind of screwy now. Now, a lot of times price is reacting off of some other kind of level as well, so it doesn't really matter. But for the times where price was only reacting off of one of those levels, kind of screwed a little bit. Um, Damn, that's a continuation. That wasn't what I was looking for. So my data set is a little screwed up because of that, which kind of sucks. But you think Bitcoin is headed into the bear zone? Let's see. So Bitcoin is currently at 110. All-time high is 124. Ooh. Very interesting. Very interesting. Taking a buy. I just took a buy off the value area high. Come on, give me a full TP. Nice. Nice. So we should be back break even, right? Yeah. So yeah, with that trade right there, I was looking for a trap of the sellers because we were going off of the value area high. So you can see the volume was highest in the entry bar, higher than any bar coming down. So there was a lot of effort there. And I wanted to see a trap of the sellers in the wick, which is what I got. So the sellers were in control of the point of control right near the value area high. I wanted the delta of the entry bar to be lower than the highest delta of any bar coming down, and that was perfect. Perfect. It was a successful trap of the sellers. So yeah, what I was saying about possibly either taking profit or breaking even at every level, if I'm in a trade and price is about to hit the level, and I think that long term that's probably going to be best, especially because when you think about it, all levels, like all support eventually becomes resistance, all resistance eventually becomes support. So as much as I would like to, like if I'm in a sale and we are at a, we're coming up like here, this is a resistance level, it's an upper deviation band. So theoretically, if I'm in a sale, I should be able to hold through it. But at the same time, this level can become support. So I think I would rather just, especially like if, my entry bar is, let's say from here, well, no, that would be a full TP if we closed here and this. So let's say that the VWAP was like maybe like halfway between where the bar would close and this pivot level. I would rather just go ahead and get into the trade. But right now I'm trying to figure out, do I want to hit the break even button, or do I just like, hey, you're gonna get 3.5, 4 points out of it, and you normally go for, I think 5.5 right now. I might as well just take profit there instead of breaking even and hoping that price, after I hit the break even button, price doesn't come back, break even, and then go straight to the target. That's probably going to happen more often than not. So I would rather just take profit. Good morning, Paul. How are you this morning? Those levels at point of control are all over the place. Yeah, because the point of control is definitely going to keep moving around. But I do notice that the point of control does not move around that much though. But yeah, all these levels that were around the point of control, like when you look at everything on a time-based chart, you could just, and this is why I hate when people say that, like, oh, indicators don't matter, and da, da, da. Like, shut the hell up. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. If you use them properly, they will work. Um, but you can see that we had the prior close there. This is the current open. We got VWAP there. There is, this has that blue, oh, that's a support level right there. And you see price just literally chopped between those levels for a minute. Like, what time is this? From 8:56 until pretty much 9:18. We literally just bounced back and forth. We bounced off of the top of the opening range right there as well, the 30-minute opening range. So yeah, and then the point of control was there as well. So it was just a lot going on right in that little area. The rapid rundown sounds like a plan. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Let's go back here. That wasn't what I was looking for. So yeah, like I said a few days ago, I think that I do need to get, well, see, I don't want to do that. I can't gather data from Friday because I don't know where the point of control and levels like that were. So I'll just leave that. But I am going to continue um, gathering data for both bid ask and up down tick until I figure out which one I like better long term. I think it's going to take probably another month of data. So probably when I'm at about 45 days worth of data, I'll know for sure by then, I think. Mm, that wasn't what I was looking for. I wanted, because we were kind of selling at resistance, I actually wanted the point of control to be in the body, but it's in the wick up there. So these little yellow boxes are where the point of control is in each bar. But then my actual order flow indicator on the left chart is where I could see inside the bar. But just for like quick glance type of thing, I want the point of control to be showing here too. Y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I am so excited that this indicator is not causing me lag. Like y'all don't understand the weight that has been lifted off my shoulders. This last month has been like super frustrating. Um, it's hard enough trying to figure out how you want to trade, trying to put in the chart time, trying to learn the patterns that you like, analyze so much data to figure out, hey, when I see it, cool, but how do I know when it's coming type of thing? But then when you add all that other tech stuff on, like that's just too much. Just like my frustration when the copy trader was just kind of like doing what the hell it wanted to do. Like I deal with enough. I don't need that. Okay, too much negativity in my life. Well, that was causing too much negativity in my life and it was disturbing my freaking peace, right? So I'm like super excited because it's like one less thing off my plate that I have to worry about. And now I just feel like relief in that now the only thing I have to worry about is which of these two settings I want to use, and also over time gathering enough data to know exactly which combinations of volume and order flow I like, which ones I don't. And just knowing that that's all I have to worry about is so nice. So nice. So nice. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to tell him that it's so far seems to be fixed. So far. You know what? Do we have a high impact news event this week? I know we have medium today, but no, Thursday is medium as well. Mm. So we don't have a high impact news event that I can test because I'm not getting up to do it at 7:30 in the morning. No, I'm not. Plus, I think it's a little different because, still the volatility and the volume is lower at the 7:30 high impact news versus 9 a.m. high impact news. But that's all right. So far, so good. Like the fact that it did not take minutes upon minutes upon minutes to load onto my chart was enough for me. I think it took like probably about 20 to 25 seconds. Fast. Fast. Paul, could you try both at the same time and see how that works? So the only way that I could do that is if I would have to have two instances on my chart and I would have to figure out, okay, so good example. I would have to mix and match. So one of them would have to be like, all right, which one do I like as far as looking at inside of the bar? Do I like looking at just the aggressive buyers and sellers, market orders, or do I like the up down tick? Like which one do I think is better from that aspect? But then the footprint summary table would need to be the opposite one. And actually I have thought about that because the biggest thing right now and why there's such a difference is because sometimes, like, okay, you see there's 96 delta in this bar, the highest bar coming down is 104. On bid ask it might show that, but on up down tick it's going to show that the delta of this bar was higher than any bar coming down into the pullback. And then also one of the differences is that sometimes, actually a lot of times, I noticed that on up down tick, a lot of times mainly the delta row will be a different color. So like the delta row on up down tick on this bar could be green to show that like it was a strong move, but you see on bid ask it's blue because it was not a strong move. So I have thought about like, what if I need to mix and match them? I have thought about that. Pray it so get out of my head. No, I have thought about that. So we'll see. But for right now, my main goal is documenting them separately to figure out if I like one or the other better, and then kind of going from there. But then I also think that mixing and matching them might be a little weird. I don't know. I don't know. You should check out the dividend income and maximizing a brokerage with margin. I have not yet, Janelle. Mm-mm, I have not. I think like for stuff like that, it's still so early for me to even think about that because like right now, my biggest goal for the last like I've been I think I stopped working as a nurse like 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, because I feel like I started my break right before I got onto YouTube, like a year before I got onto YouTube. So I think like the main goal initially was like, all right, I just need to, what is the phrase that I heard somebody say? Restore my financial dignity or something like that. I just wanted to stabilize myself to where I didn't have to live off of my savings anymore because that wasn't the purpose of my savings to begin with. But, I kind of was forced to use it that way because I couldn't find a job with 10 years of experience, which is insane to me. Um, but now that that's kind of like stabilized out, once I kind of get to the point where I've replaced my most of what I've taken out of savings, then I'm going to start looking back into, investing and stuff like that. That's going to be back on my radar for sure. And I want to look into dividend income and all of that. Mm, so we'll have to be 40, at least 40. Uh, All right, I'm gonna have to still click my way into this because now it's too much delta there now. I actually wanted the delta to stay under 54, but I wanted the delta box to be red, not pink. If you log back in for a video Wednesday afternoon, see if that does anything. Okay, yeah, I might have to do that. Or we could just wait till next week. Either way, I'm just seeing how well it loaded to the chart. Like I said, like what I would have to do every morning before I got on the stream, y'all, was I would have to load my charts normal, which doesn't take but like a couple seconds. And then I would have to put the order flow indicator on one chart, wait the 2.5 to 4 minutes for it to load there. But when I load it initially, there's nothing on the chart because, excuse me, because this order flow indicator has like a little button right here. So I could literally turn everything I want on and off. You see how like the delta on top of the bars went away. Now it comes back. So I was, because I thought that the issue was like, oh, it's trying to load all of these settings and stuff. I would load it initially with nothing on the chart. And then I would have to use the toolbar on both charts to put what I want, which both charts take different things. So I was having to do that. Like all my custom colors and all that stuff, like the background stuff was already right, but like I had to have everything turned off. But then eventually I realized like, actually it's not that. It's just this damn indicator. It doesn't matter because I loaded it with nothing on it and it still takes 2 to 4 minutes, 2.5 to 4 minutes. So now I don't have to do that. Like last night I was like, no, I'm gonna put this to the test for real. So when I had everything last night before I closed the charts, I had the indicator on the charts and I had everything already on because I was like, when I log in tomorrow morning, I want to see how long it takes everything to load. Took no time whatsoever. No time. So I am definitely happy about that because, ooh. When I was telling my mom about the issue, she was like, I know when you're mad because you just talk and you don't take a breath. I was like, Mom, you don't understand. These people got me fucked up. They keep telling me that it's my stuff and nobody else is dealing with it and it's got to be something else and I know it's nothing else. I was a wreck, okay? Pissed. Very pissed. There's only one thing that works for this. I doubt we get there, but yeah, too much volume here. It's taking too long, but yeah, this has just been a very frustrating process. And after I know everything is for sure good, like I'm gonna tell him like to relay the message to the support guy, like if it's tech issues and somebody is being very thorough, they're showing pictures of examples, and you can just tell that this person is having issues beyond like what normal people complain about, just tag me, have them tag me, have them DM me, have them email me, like something. There's no reason I should have had to deal with what I dealt with. Period. Shit. That, oh, when a control moved low. Wanted it to stay high. That almost was what I would look for to buy right here at this pivot level. Now we've just created too much volume here. The delta percentage is going to be too low. I need it to stay above 25%. 5 is the lowest. Me too, Brad. Me too. They weren't even listening. They were not listening at all. Listen, I knew it was a problem when I showed them when I showed the support guy the value area issue on Renko's, and he showed me that it's fine on a time-based chart. That right there, that's enough for me. That's enough for me to know I shouldn't be talking to you. Because that's like me calling T-Mobile, telling them I have an issue with my my Apple phone, and them telling me, "Oh, well, we don't have that issue on our Samsungs." Why are you telling me about Samsung? I don't have a fucking Samsung phone. And then when he continued every single time I like was trying to get help, and he just kept talking about how important it is to have clean data this and clean data that. I have clean data. I'm using the script you told me to use. Please stop talking to me about clean data. Please. It's driving me crazy. Please. Ugh. Could not take it. 59. Trying to make sure well, now it looks like it's not wanting to. No, it's a trap. It's not what I'm looking for. I want a continuation. Buyers are in control of point of control, which is not what I want. Okay, now they're not. Wasn't strong enough of a move. Well, obviously it was, but wanted the delta to be red, not pink. Like you have no idea what you're talking about. Exactly. Exactly, y'all. Like and like I think my biggest problem is I'm a very thorough person, right? Because I'm just naturally my personality, I like people who are straight to the point. Like if I don't care if you're my friend, I don't care if you're a patient, if you're coming to me because you need help with something, you want advice with it, like tell me what's going on. Now, if you my friend and you trying to like give me all the backstory, cool. But like I'm a very straight and to the point person, and I like to have as much information as I can to make a logical decision, right? So I don't like if somebody doesn't come to me with all the information that I need to make the correct decision. So obviously, I'm naturally not going to be that person that does that to people. So I'm not just going to come into the group and say, "Hey, your indicator's not working." Well, what do you mean it's not working? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that person. I don't do that. So the fact that I gave you screenshot proof, as well as other things, and I'm giving you background information because like, oh, when we used to deal with a lot of rhythmic issues and stuff, with Apex accounts, like back when the hyper growth was kind of happening. Oh my God. Oh my God. One of my pet peeves was telling people that it had to be their internet or their computers. Come on now. We are in different parts of the world. Everybody can't deal with the same issue at the same time and it be everybody's computer and like and with the internet and computer I have, what you're not going to do is blame that, you know? So I gave him screenshot examples of what I was dealing with. My very first time I loaded the indicator on my chart, I had a 5 minute 5-minute data lag that never went away. Like, I have proof that I've been dealing with this for this long. I'm using legit the same exact indicators I've been using for 2 years almost. Why are you trying to convince me that it's something other than what I told you it is? Like, what are you talking about? I don't, and I get it. You know, you have a lot of people who blame everything but themselves. You know, they have the wrong settings or they loaded this wrong, or so I get it. But when somebody gives you the opportunity to not give a blanketed statement because they give you everything that you need to troubleshoot, do what you're supposed to do and troubleshoot. Don't do that. Yeah, I had a 5 minutes, legit. Look, this was on, actually, no, this was like a week after I bought it. Hold on. Not media source. Can y'all see the right thing? Like, look at this. 5-minute data lag, August 1st. Okay? This was a week after I started using the freaking thing. A week. But I have screenshots of the first day I loaded it onto my chart. Like, legit. I even have screenshots of me noticing the value area problem, the value area high and low problem. Um, I think I first reported it to them like in July, the end of July. Like, come on. Please don't do that. Not to me. Maybe to someone else. But not to me, please. All right, you guys. I am let me show you guys the accounts. I also need to check in with affordable indicators because they were supposed to do an update for this risk manager because this is not reading this as Tradeify. So I have to manually calculate the drawdown every day and it's driving me insane. But anyway, so break even day took 2 trades, one loss, one loss. No, one loss, one. What I'm talking about. So $1,700 left in drawdown on both of these accounts, and then this one should be basically 2,000 because I just lost $12 on that. I'm pretty sure I came into today with 2,000 in drawdown after yesterday's session. I'm pretty sure. So, but that first Tradeify account where I'm $500 in profit on, that account renews on Thursday. So I'm going to be multiplying contracts starting tomorrow. I'm pretty sure that's the account that I carried over like a $800 balance. So I'm basically down like $300 on that account from where it started at the beginning of the month. But I'm gonna go for it and we're either gonna blow it or start over. I'm okay with either. This is a growth account, so there's no activation fee. So that's why I kind of like rather push it. Even if I pass it and I'm still, confused on bid ask versus sub down tick and still trying to figure out what combinations I like, I am okay with, I mean, you guys know I'm only trading one of my Apex accounts right now. The other two have basically been sitting with no activity. Like, I'm okay with having those accounts just sitting there in the stash, just waiting until I know that I'm ready. Because theoretically, I want to have at least 3 funded accounts with the 3 prop firms that I trade with right now, so that, even if I'm not completely ready, but I feel like my strategy is good enough to where like I can either it's either going to be slow progress along the way until, I hit the hyper growth stage in my progress because I know exactly what I want to do, or it's going to be a slow burn, and either one is okay with me for right now. But I do honestly believe that I'm closer than ever to trading the way I want to. I think having the delta stats was honestly what I've been missing this entire time, because I'm literally trading the exact same way, looking for the exact same things. The only thing that changes is knowing how strong the move is based on the color of the delta and delta percentage rows. That's it. That's the only thing I've changed. And so far, so good, I think. It's just a matter of gathering more data. So we'll see. Not bad today. It's just garbage. Yeah, it's a little wonky, just a little bit, just a tad. But you know what? I just realized, my where is this at? I just realized I must have taken it off of my chart or something. I don't have the opening range on this chart, I don't think, because I don't see all the extra little levels either. I don't know what happened. I must have taken it off and not realized that I forgot to put it back on or something. But yeah, today just wasn't the move, but I'm break even. Long as I'm not super red, progress is progress, right? But yeah, that's it for me, you guys. I will let you guys know tomorrow if he's able to fix that volume profile though, because that is gonna drive me crazy a little bit. Like seeing that random blue bars like this right here, like what the hell is that? I don't want to see that. And I do want to see it on the right side of my chart, which is what I have the orientation on right now. So I'll let you guys know if he's able to fix that. But I'm going to be very happy to report to him today that I had no lag. And this is the beginning of my happiness with trading, because my God, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day, you guys. Bye.